Adobe spent over $200 million building what they called their uncrackable fortress, Creative Cloud, with military-grade encryption, server-side verification, and real-time monitoring. They bragged that piracy was finally dead. Microsoft invested even more in Windows activation systems. Apple claimed their App Store was impenetrable. They were all wrong. Within 48 hours of Adobe's uncrackable launch, Photoshop was available for free download. Microsoft's latest Windows versions get cracked before they're even officially released. And Apple? Well, let's just say their secure iOS gets jailbroken by teenagers in their bedrooms. Today I'm pulling back the curtain on the most secretive digital war happening right now. The battle between billion-dollar security systems and hackers who break them for sport. And here's the kicker. The hackers are winning, and it's not even close. Let me take you back to 2013, when Adobe thought they'd solved piracy forever. No more DVDs, no more serial numbers you could share with friends, no more offline installations. Everything had to connect to their servers, verify your identity, and check your subscription status in real time. The CEO literally said in interviews that this was the end of software piracy as we know it. Adobe's stock price jumped. Investors were thrilled. But in some underground forum, a hacker who goes by the name Painter was already studying Adobe's new system. While Adobe was celebrating, Painter was reverse engineering their uncrackable protection. 48 hours. That's how long Adobe's revolution lasted. But this story goes way deeper than just Adobe. Back in the 90s, companies used physical dongles, little USB devices you had to plug in for software to work. They figured if you didn't have the physical key, you couldn't use the program. Hackers responded by creating dongle emulators, software that pretended to be the physical device. The computer couldn't tell the difference between a real dongle and a fake one running in software. Then companies got clever. They used SafeDisc and SecuROM. These systems would check the physical CD for microscopic imperfections that couldn't be copied. Each legitimate disk had a unique fingerprint. Hackers created virtual CD drives that could emulate these fingerprints perfectly. Every defense, every innovation, every breakthrough in software protection has been defeated. Not sometimes. Every single time. So how do they actually do it? The first method is almost embarrassingly simple. They just ask for the key. In the early days, software used basic algorithms to generate license codes. Hackers would reverse engineer these algorithms and create keygens, little programs that could generate thousands of valid license keys in seconds. I remember downloading a keygen for a popular video editing software back in the day. You'd run this tiny program, click generate, and boom, you had a legitimate license key that the software would accept without question. But when companies made their license checking more sophisticated, hackers evolved too. They started using tools like IDA Pro and Ghidra to completely disassemble software, examining every instruction, every function call, every security check. Here's how insane this gets. Hackers can freeze a program at the exact microsecond it's checking your license. In that frozen moment, they can see exactly how the software decides whether you're legitimate or not. Then they simply rewrite those instructions to always return, yes, this user is valid. It's like having X-ray vision into the software's brain and then performing digital surgery to change its thoughts. But some hackers take it even further with something called server emulation. When Photoshop tries to verify your license online, it sends a request to Adobe's servers. Hackers build fake servers that mimic Adobe's responses perfectly. Your computer thinks it's talking to Adobe, but it's actually talking to a fake server running on your own machine saying, yes, everything is legitimate, proceed. Then we have loaders. And these are absolutely brilliant in their simplicity. A loader doesn't modify any files on your computer, so antivirus software has nothing to detect. Instead, it injects code directly into the software's memory while it's running. Think of it like this. The original software is like a person, and the loader is like a ventriloquist. The person appears to be speaking normally, but the ventriloquist is actually controlling what comes out of their mouth. If you've ever used cracked software that requires you to run a small program before launching the main application, that's a loader. It's performing digital magic tricks in your computer's memory, making the software believe it's properly licensed while leaving no permanent traces. This is why some cracks work perfectly, but stop working after you restart your computer. The loader's magic only lasts as long as the program is running. When companies realized how effective these techniques were, they moved critical features to the cloud. Adobe's newest neural filters don't run on your computer anymore. They process your images on Adobe's servers and send the results back. This seemed like checkmate. How can you crack software that doesn't actually run on your machine? But hackers adapted again. Some groups started reverse engineering the communication protocols between software and cloud servers. Others began intercepting and modifying the data being sent back and forth. The most sophisticated hackers even started targeting the cloud infrastructure itself, looking for ways to access premium features without proper authentication. Apple thought they were being clever with hardware-bound encryption in their App Store. Each device has unique cryptographic keys burned into the processor itself. Microsoft did something similar with Xbox consoles. But hackers found ways to extract these keys, clone them, and even create virtual versions of the hardware signatures. Here's what most people don't understand. Behind every major software crack isn't just one genius hacker in a basement. It's organized teams with specialized roles, working together like a software development company. Groups like CPY, Reloaded, and CORE operate with military-level precision. One person analyzes the protection mechanisms and identifies vulnerabilities. Another writes the actual crack code. A third person tests it across different system configurations. Someone else packages it for distribution. These aren't random kids causing chaos. They're highly skilled professionals who could easily make six-figure salaries in legitimate cybersecurity roles. And here's the twisted part. Many of these groups have their own ethical codes. They refuse to crack banking software, medical systems, or anything that could directly endanger people's lives. For them, this isn't about money. It's about proving that no digital lock is truly unbreakable. But here's the dark side nobody talks about. Cracked software is often infected with malware. While the original crackers might have good intentions, the people redistributing their work don't always share those ethics. Your free Photoshop might come with a hidden cryptocurrency miner that uses your computer's processing power to make someone else rich. Or worse, it could contain keyloggers that steal your passwords and personal information. The truth is, no matter how much money companies spend on protection, no system is completely secure. Every line of code is written by humans, and humans make mistakes. Hackers are essentially professional mistake finders. And now, artificial intelligence is changing the game entirely. Modern hackers use AI to analyze millions of lines of code automatically, finding vulnerabilities faster than any human ever could. Meanwhile, companies are using AI to detect tampering and shut down cracked copies in real time. Some software now phones home every few minutes to verify its authenticity. It's become an arms race between artificial intelligences, with human hackers and developers caught in the middle. But here's the thing that keeps me up at night. As AI gets more powerful, both sides are escalating. We're heading toward a future where software might be completely impossible to crack, or where cracking becomes so automated that any teenager with a laptop can break billion-dollar security systems. The reality is that software cracking isn't going away. If anything, it's becoming more sophisticated, more organized, and more dangerous. Companies will keep building bigger walls, and hackers will keep finding new ways to climb over them. It's a digital arms race that's been going on for decades, and there's no end in sight. The only way to protect yourself is to understand how these systems work, why they fail, and what that means for your digital security. Digital war is escalating every single day, and you need to stay informed about what's coming next. What shocked you most about how software cracking actually works? Drop a comment and let me know if you've ever wondered about the ethics of this digital underground. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and remember, in the world of cybersecurity, Nothing is ever truly unbreakable.